Shalom. We're back with another video. So before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash, to the apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone. I want to give double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect. Shalom. We're here with a lesson I'm going to call The Spirits of Vengeance Has No Respect of Persons. And it's just a few articles I done got together showing how these spirits that are created for vengeance, as it says in Sirach 39, are out here working, doing the work of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, judging those whose time it is to be judged, and putting to death many different type of people. So we're going to just jump in with a few of these articles. We may read some of one or two. We'll see how the spirit flows. Road rage killers. Deborah Beneficial, 23, who shot dead driver for honking when she stopped at a green light, is charged. So look at that. She put a man to death just for honking his horn at her, I guess because she didn't want to hurry up and speed off. And that just shows you, man, those spirits, once they're activated to do a job, it's going to get done. Whether it's over something major or over something small as just being a horn is horn. All right, the second one. Mom drugged son unconscious and slit his throat the day before his birthday, then claimed he had a death wish. So we're seeing these spirits get active, man. We're seeing them bringing about major death to the people of the world. Women marches into an entertainment room, blows away man watching Toy Story with 12-year-old, then go back to bed. And just listen to that, all you can say is it's a spirit, man. Think about it. She went in there, blew that man away as he watched Toy Story with a 12-year-old, then just went and laid back down like nothing ever happened. Let's go a little bit into that, man. I thought maybe I done a lesson, maybe I did. All right. A Connecticut woman is behind bars after shooting and killing a man while he's watching a classic Pixar film with a child, according to law enforcement in the Nutmeg State. Michelle Yeager, 65, stand accused of one count each of murdering, carrying a firearm while under the influence, risk of injury to a child, and reckless endangerment in the first degree, according to Connecticut State Police. The underlying incident occurred late Monday night at a house. Oh, Slocky. And this article comes from Law and Crime by Colin Kamalacher 10 days ago. I forgot to do that. Slocky for that. The underlying incident occurred late Monday night at a house at Pratt Road in Dayville neighborhood of Killing. Come on, man. You can't make this up. The neighborhood is called Killerly, and this crazy murder went down in a small town located roughly 50 miles due east of Hartford. Let's see. Early on that night in question, Andrew Michael Olsen, 39, was watching Toy Story with an as yet unidentified 12-year-old at the residence, according to charging documents obtained by the New Britain-based NBC-affiliated WVIT. Later that night, Olsen will be dead. So we see this woman. They say she was drunk already. Well, that's one of the charges, under the influence. So she was either drunk or high or whatever went down. You know what? Let's see if they say anything. Let's see. So yeah, she was drunk. So she was highly intoxicated. But all that liquor deal made her do something she probably already wanted to do. All right. And you got this next article. Man shot dead by Amazon. Mom shot dead by Amazon worker stray bullet as she rested on the lap of a 4-year-old daughter. See, a stray bullet that a lot of people said wasn't meant for her was actually meant for her, because we know how the Lord worked. He had those spirits created for vengeance guide that bullet to that woman and brought judgment upon her. That's why I said whoever dies being innocent, and wherever the righteous cut off. Police say restaurateur who told girlfriend her prayers were useless as he allegedly shoved towels down her throat. Let's see. Gets probation as he compares himself to Donald Trump. It's not surprising. Man. You got another article. Police said 16-year-old boy was fatally shot by classmate for bumping into him into the hallway. Just a bump. Let's get a little bit more on that. Maybe they was already beefing. All right. This comes from the People's. This comes from the People's magazine by Nicole Acosta, published November 5th, 2025. Police said a 16-year-old boy who was fatally shot by classmate for bumping into him in a school hallway. Jakari Redding, 15, was arrested and charged with manslaughter with a firearm and possession of a firearm in school property, according to Orange County Sheriff Office, Florida. Okay, this makes sense. If it's in Florida, man, that's a different breed of people in Florida, man. I'm not even gonna lie on that. A 15-year-old boy has been charged as an adult for allegedly fatally shooting a high school classmate, after two bumped into each other in the hallway. Orange County Sheriff Office in Florida said Corey Redding and 16-year-old Penny Dalmacy agreed to fight at a nearby park after Dalmacy refused to apologize. My heart ached for Penny and family who are grieving this unimaginable loss. And that shows you, man, just how serious these spirits created for vengeance are out here. Because I remember as a kid, man, if you agree to fight with somebody, you just go fight, handle the business, and it's over with after that day. Now they went out there to fight. This boy done brought a gun and blew him away. All right. We got nothing. Let's see. We got another sitting peacefully on the couch. 4-year-old loses an eye in a shooting that left her pregnant mom dead. Alleged killer avoids murder charge. But see, this is the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem and Hawashai passing judgment upon people, upon this world. Let's see. Moment machete wielding man chases hotel manager before beheading him and kicking his head around, man. You think a normal person can do these things and act this way? No. These are the spirits that Yahweh Ba'ashem and Hawashai have out here in this world, getting ready to fully be unleashed once the Lord get a signal to truly start the chaos and Jacob's trouble, which we are in. Let's see. Trapped inside car. Couple burned to death in crash Tesla after door button become useless when the EV power went out. And all these instances is Yahweh Ba'ashem and Hawashai using those spirits to pass judgment upon the wicked. And we're seeing death in cases like these go out in great number. I mean, these are just a few articles. All you got to do is put in death or killing or anything like that, and there will be plenty, multiple upon multiple articles, as you can see, of death, not just in the state you're in, not just in the U.S., but around the world, of people being put to death by these spirits created for vengeance. So let's go ahead and get it since I keep bringing that up. All right, this is Sirach 39, starting at 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. And in these articles, we're seeing these spirits laying on very sore strokes upon the people of the world. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So everyone that you seen died in this article was those spirits appeasing the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. See, they were created for vengeance. Even maiming someone with the little girl who lost an eye. That was part of the plan. That she didn't get shot in the eye for no reason. That didn't happen just by a whim or a chance. That was all the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And that's what we're seeing on a large scale every day. There's so much death, so much destruction that goes on that really the men of the Lord cannot record it all. We can't do lesson on all the death that's come about. Remember, the scriptures say the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. There's plenty of work out here, plenty of work to do lessons, but the workers are few. We've been overrun with just the amount of stuff that goes on in the world daily. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. And in every instance, the word of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua was never transgressed. These spirits did their job and they did it perfectly. Whether it was a woman, children, older men, older women, it didn't matter. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua would pass judgment upon everybody. Once he get those spirits orders to destroy, it doesn't matter what age you are or who you are, because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, he wants what he wants, and when it's time for his judgment to be done, he don't care. You will be judged. And let's just go here, Ezekiel 9, 5, and 6. Now we know this is talking about the 2/3 Israelite. But I'm showing you how Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua will still put all those who sin against him to death, no matter young or old. Because this right now is also referring to the world. All right, this is Ezekiel 9 and verse 5. And the other, he said in my hearing, go ye after throughout the city and smite, mean put to death, man. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. See? So, hey, when I tell you this person need to be put to death, no matter if they was an infant on up to an old person, I need them taken out. Slay utterly, old and young, both maid and little children and women. See? Little children and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, which we know that spiritual mark, that the Wah, and begun in my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. But that shows you Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua put to death children, old, young, women. No one is safe when he put those vengeful spirits in the motion, in the carrying out whatever judgment he need to be carried out. Now let's get this in another translation. The AMP is really one of my favorites lately. Let's see what they got. All right, Ezekiel 9 verse 5. But to the others I heard him say, follow him, the man with the scribe writing case, throughout the city and strike. Do not let your eyes have pity, and do not spare anyone. So we're seeing all those who are dying. It's because the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And we know this is only going to get worse as time progresses. Utterly slay. Get that word slay. Slay. To kill a person or animal in a violent way. See? And didn't we see, reading those articles, people were dying in violent ways? Utterly slay old men, young men, maidens, little children, and women, but not touch or go near anyone who has the mark. See? The Lord told him to utterly slay, to utterly kill anyone. Don't spare them. If I put a mark on them to be judged, it's their time to be judged. Don't spare them because they're a child. Don't spare them because they're a woman. Don't spare them because they're an old man. Don't spare them because they're an infant. Because we know when Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua judges, he don't have a respect of person, as the scriptures say. And that's the next one I'm going to. Acts 10:34. Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of truth I perceive that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is no respecter of person. Yeah. So he don't care if you young, old, rich, poor. When it's your time to be judged, when it's your time to be put to death for the wickedness that you did, you're going to be put down, man. Whether it was in this life or in the past life. Judgment come to all. There's no safety because you think that's a baby. Oh, that's a baby. The Lord wouldn't. Yes, he would. You don't know what that baby did to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua in the past life to get such a harsh judgment. Every death is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, as I said earlier. Who died being innocent and where were the righteous cut off? Because if you were righteous, you wouldn't be getting put to death the way you were getting put to death. And if you were innocent, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua wouldn't have such a awful death as one of the men who the woman woke up, blew his chest out, then went back and laid back down, man. Stuff like that wouldn't happen to you. But because you did sin against Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, done some kind of wickedness against him, whether in this life or the past, a past life, judgment has come upon you. And as we see, we went to the word slay, it said to kill violently. So we watch people, we read in articles where people are dying violently. And if you've been on TikTok and some of the other social media sites, you're seeing in other countries, people are dying in very violent ways, especially like over there in the Gaza Strip. Or recently they've been talking about Sudan everywhere. Death is number one right now. It's on a high list. And the reason for that, because we're in the beginning a great sorrow, a great death. Like here, the second Ezra 16. You know, in 17 it started off, woe is me, woe is me. Who shall save me in those days? The beginning of sorrow and great mourning. Like I said, there's death that's going out all over the world. So you know people are in great mourning. The beginning of famine and great death. That's where we're at. We're at the beginning of great death, man. You can't teach on all the death that's going out every day or every minute. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua has these spirits that are created for vengeance ramping up more and more every day. They're not slack. They're not coming down. More and more, his judgment is being passed upon the people of the world for the wickedness they have done. The beginning of wars and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. This is just the beginning, man. No matter how bad it look right now, it's still not as bad as the scripture says it's going to be. I mean, it's going to get to a point, like it says in Daniel 12:1, that Michael going to have to stand up for the elect, because it's going to be so crazy out here. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is going to have to lift up a standard for his elect men. just so they can protect themselves, because it's gonna get that crazier. And it's crazy now, man. You think about the stuff we just read in that article and how crazy that is. This is just the beginning of it. We haven't even gotten to the full-fledged total destruction that's soon about to come. What shall I do when no evil come? Question mark. Only thing you can do is depend on Yahweh B'Shem HaShai, because those evils are coming. They're here. We're in the start of it, and once Yahweh B'Shem HaShai see forth that Jacob trouble, the craziness of it, the chaos of it shall really kick off, shall really go into full effect. Man, only thing we can do is pray and depend on Yahweh B'Shem HaShai and keep the faith, because right now it's kind of crazy, the things you will read and see. But to imagine that it's only gonna get thousands of times worse than what it is now, man, it's really kind of mind-boggling and troubling, because you're not even in the worst of it yet. It's like a hurricane. You can feel the wind coming. You see little stuff float around, but you know the hurricane hasn't really hit you yet, to where trees are breaking, cars are flying, power lines snapping. You see animals fly around, getting violently thrown everywhere. That's what Jacob's trouble is. We're only in the early parts of the hurricane hitting. We haven't been hit with it yet. And once it comes, man, you're going to need Yahweh B'Shem HaShai. So now, while we got the chance, how do you think we should be living our life? For those who say they are the elect or the hopeful elect, we should be in these scriptures. We should be praying. We should put our faith, our trust in Yahweh B'Shem HaShai now, before those times come. So when they do come, we're going to know that Yahweh B'Shem HaShai is the one that's staying with us. And we're going to close out here. 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Yeah. What manner of person you should be in holy conversation. And we're gonna define that word holy conversation, because it goes into exactly what we should be doing in this final time. And we know brothers who know what it means, but this is for the new people. All right. We're going into conversation. We know holy means separate, but we're going into conversation. Strong's G 391. Atastrophe. And a strong definition from Strong's G 390, behavior, conversation. The outline of biblical usage, manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment. So we who say we are the hopeful elect, our manner of life shall be that of Yahweh B'Shem HaShai of these scriptures, trying to live by the laws to the best of our ability, to try to do the things that were commanded of us in those scriptures. Because once Yahweh B'Shem HaShai closed those doors of mercy and truly let loose those vengeful spirits, man, we're going to see death on a scale we never seen before. As scriptures say, 1,000 shall fall at your feet. You running, and man, you're going to see just loads of people dying in all kind of horrific ways, man. So right now, what manner of life should you be? What manner of life, what manner of conversation, a holy conversation should you be in? It should be serving Yahweh B'Shem HaShai to the best of your ability. But that's all I had on that. I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem and Hawashai. Shalom.